A famous phrase in Kansas is there's no place like home. And for the Wildcat woman, Dorothy, is Jada Williams, a KC native now playing on the biggest stage she has.
The Wildcats have looked unstoppable over the past few weeks, but today they took a trip to Lubbock and they seem to have forgot their offense back here in Tucson.
There's a saying, shooters shoot, and the one who does that the best for Arizona, Caleb Love, with the ultimate experience in Kansas City. With this new first of a kind in Arizona NIL deal, athletes here at PCC can shoot their shot and making a little extra cash. Del Orso is one of those spark plugs that can really move that Wildcats offense, but he just has to shoot the ball.
Damian Alameda joins us now with all the coverage from Arizona Stadium, which in a word, Damian, can only be described as, I don't know, disappointing.
You can hear behind me. Yeah, that's right. The game still going on. There is not a winner yet, and that's because so far the real winner has been Mother Nature.
The Ducks implemented the same blueprint you see in all these Arizona losses. Slow the pace, shoot the lights out from beyond the arc, and implement a little bit of zone defense.
Tucson High School football program for many years was like that uncle at the barbecue talking about the glory days. But with the chance to win a series for the first time in almost a month, the Snakes couldn't find the mark. And I mean at all. And you'll see a trend in these highlights as we take you to the top of the fourth. Hello, Bobby Witt Jr., and goodbye, ball.
We got some of the Fafita Club. We got some of the Wildcat faithful. How we feeling?
The Wildcats were looking to bounce back against 14th ranked BYU today, but the Cougars show that they bite back hard in this battle of the felines.
History of the game is told here in Kansas City. It's the birthplace of the Negro Leagues, the foundation of the sport we know and love today. And while the two cities might as well be the distance from first to second base, these girls have overcome so many hurdles in this sport, and now with avenues to play collegiately, they've overcome another. But there's still one hurdle that stands in their way.
As that sinks in before Arizona's elimination game tomorrow morning, the one beacon of hope is this is not something the Cats haven't done before.
Once again, it's a feat no one could have thought about just a couple years ago, except for one man leaving Cienega to come coach this program. That's head coach Pat Nugent, getting his first state title of his career in 22 years, a feat he says tops it all.
When I went to the Mica Mountain, I never thought it was possible when I first got there, but here we are a short time later, bringing that trophy home.
That sentiment shared by many of the players like Josiah Thornwell, who have been in the program since its inception.
I didn't, I'm not going to lie, but to be able to finish it, it's just like a fairy tale. It's like an amazing story.
And in every good fairy tale, the hero goes out on top, a prophecy Nugent may be taking.
It's emotional, you know, because I worked a long time, 34 years coaching, and to go out on the top like this is pretty special.
The 22-year vet of Southern Arizona football wouldn't confirm it tonight.
You know, Peyton Manning, I finished on a good note. You know, maybe that's the way to go and call a great storybook career on a championship.
But if it was his last game, no one is more happy than the players who he has touched.
He was the main reason I transferred to Mica from my freshman year. He's the main reason.
To give this man a ring in his maybe soon-to-be retirement, tremendous.
He's probably the best coach I've ever had. I think everyone else would say that as well, and he deserved it more than anyone.
It's the second straight year that both the 3A and 4A state champions come from Southern Arizona, with Mica Mountain joining Push Ridge as AIA football champions. Reporting from Mountain America Stadium, Sean Mahoney, 13 News. Athletes make a lot of sacrifices during the season, and it hits especially hard during the holidays. Many of the U of A football players unable to go home before the big ASU game Saturday, but a new tradition is bringing family and the celebrations to them, able to celebrate this holiday with those who care about them, blood or not.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Family and Thanksgiving go hand in hand, and for the Arizona football team, their family just happens to be a little bit bigger.
Football teams are just an extended family, a big family in its own, and so be able to share this time with our players and our own families is about everything we could ask for.
It's not the same as spending that quality time with their actual family, something which was absent for years in the football world.
My Thanksgivings were spent with my teammates. We didn't have this, and family couldn't come from Virginia to Arizona to have breakfast with you before Thanksgiving dinner. It was always a special family that took you in.
However, that has become a focus for this program to never have a player feel alone on special days like Thanksgiving.
Our biggest rule, in the program is that everyone has a place to go, so that everybody is, with people, with friends, with family, so that everybody gets to really enjoy this day. And I think that's sometimes that gets lost in the football season.
So Arizona Athletics held a Thanksgiving breakfast meal Thursday morning, giving those without family in town the opportunity to still have a great celebration with some great food, even if it wasn't what you call breakfast.
Go straight to the pumpkin pie.
No food yet? No food?
No.
And also allowing those who have family in town to celebrate in a central location, bonding even more with the team.
A lot of these families, I sit in their homes and recruit these kids. So, I'm sitting over here now with Miss Sissa, and so it's a great time, man. So it's a reunion for me as well.
They even sang happy birthday to one of their youngest teammates, 8-year-old Braxton LaRoe, who has Treacher-Collins syndrome. Happy birthday to you. Giving him a special moment today as well.
So to have all your family and friends and everybody sing happy birthday to you, it's special and it's something you'll always remember.
It's not a traditional, intimate Thanksgiving with family, but something this team says is important to give everyone the chance to go have and hype them up more for the rivalry game on Saturday.
I know I always played my best games when my family, I knew they were there in the stands. And that's why I love it, because going into, the big game, against the Scummies, these guys are going to be ready. And it starts with this breakfast. And then the rest of the preparation run through the week.
And as you can see behind me, a lot of options in this well-fed meal, courtesy of Arizona Athletics, from French toast sticks to turkey to chocolate cake this Thursday morning as the Wildcats prepare for the Territorial Cup on Saturday. Reporting from the U of A, Mahoney, 13 News.
Now that state title game is set for Monday at 5:30 up north in Tempe at Arizona State University's campus, the same night that their commencement ceremony, their graduation, will take place here at 7 o'clock. It leaves those 11 seniors with a difficult decision over a scheduling conflict that all parties say is unfortunate. For Molly Herman and the 10 other seniors on CDO's softball team, this game means more.
Most of us have been playing since we were like 8 years old. We've worked through T-ball, rec ball, up to club, and we have been putting in hard work for 13 years.
But just like they've worked their whole lives on the diamond, they've been working hard in the classroom.
We are student athletes, so we are students first. We have been working towards graduation our whole lives, 13 years.
So what happens when you have to choose between possibly your first state title and walking at graduation? Herman says they still don't know.
I don't think there is a right decision. It's just going to come from our hearts, whether we choose graduation or to play. It's just an unfair decision that we shouldn't have to make.
A predicament made even tougher as families travel in for the big ceremony.
I do have family flying in from Wisconsin, and I only get to see them a couple times a year.
The Amphitheater School District schedules their 3 high school graduation ceremonies 2 years in advance. However, the Arizona Interscholastic Association says they also schedule their state title games more than a year in advance and finalize them in July. Officials there say there are multiple meetings which conflicts can be brought up, but they say they haven't heard anything from CDO. Team officials disagree.
I called it to people's attention back in October.
Now the team is pushing for the game to be moved so these seniors can have both.
These kids, they are students/athletes, and we demand them to have excellence or they can't play. So if we're demanding that excellence, then we need to do better.
AIA officials say the reason for the advanced scheduling is to set up contracts with the media, the venue, and officials. It makes a possible move of the game or graduation unlikely, and that leaves tough conversations for the team and their families during a time their coach says should be some of the best of their young lives.
Have they cried? Absolutely. Should they have cried? Absolutely. But they're still working through tears, and I just feel like as adults we're letting kids down if we don't do everything in our power to make it right.